Was it for a guy like CJ, obviously didn't have the greatest game, to bounce back and play like this, especially?
It's good, you know him well on the last game, It's the NBA, the games keep coming, you always got to be prepared, and, tonight he was huge for me. He knocked down a lot of big shots, and, his continued play. We know what he can do out on the court. Him having one bad game isn't that concern for us.
Gerald, you really were outspoken after the Spurs loss. What does it mean to you personally to see this team respond the way it has the last 2 years?
We had 2 good wins. I think, the team pulled together, especially with Darren going down. We played good. We played great defense against Indiana. We were able to control them and get a win. And then tonight, we took advantage of Denver, kept them out of transition, and kind of dominated them inside and used our size advantage. So, I think we responded well after not only the San Antonio but the Washington game too.
You guys have had so many ups and downs this season. I mean, is this the team that lost by 20-something to San Antonio Sunday? Is it the team that won the last 2, or do you know who you are?
I'm still trying to figure out. You never know with this team. You walk in the locker room, you never know what you're going to get. But it just shows, when we come to play and everybody's playing, the ball's moving, swinging, we're talking on defense, we're pretty hard to beat.
Do you feel like the way you guys closed this first half, but going into the break anyway, that you're showing again that you should be one of those top 4 teams when all said and done?
We're not even trying to show nothing to anybody. We know what we got to do. I think everybody knows the potential we have as a team, but we can't. Y'all can't give us the benefit of the doubt if we keep playing 2 games and then sit down for 2 games at the same time. We can respect y'all for that. So, we got to come out and we got to get rid of this, having a good stretch and having a bad stretch. We got to get more consistent. We understand we're not going to win every game, but, we got to be more consistent in our offense and our defense and play better as a team.
With that said, how do you feel about where you are right now?
I feel good. I think, we let some games get away, but, overall, the way we are, especially, the one thing you look at is, a lot of guys are new to the first year playing together. So we have our good games, we have our bad games, but where we are right now, we're 31-22. So I mean, we're 9 games over 500, pretty good. We're in a good situation. We just got to come out of this break and kind of make a run for it.
What happened in that third quarter tonight?
No, I wasn't in. We forced them to take tough shots. We turned our defense up. We limited them to 1 shot, kind of kept them out of transition, and we were able to execute offensively, get baskets, and kind of run the score up. And I think we did a great job defensively in the third quarter. Our offense was good. We moved the ball and made some shots, but it was our defense to kind of control it in the third quarter.
He had a couple of dunks there early on. What did you guys do to him to kind of keep him down in the second half?
You got to put a body on him. We got to meet him before he gets past the 3-point line. He seemed like he was taking off from the 3-point line. So I might say we try to get in front of him and make him have to put the ball out there.
Just great ball movement. Guys being aggressive, making sure you make the plays. For a minute, they start double teaming him. I just wanted to be smart with the basketball, make the easy play. Guys knocking out shots.
After that San Antonio loss, it was like a switch was flipped against Indiana, against Denver tonight. What's been the common denominator for you guys these last 2 days?
Man, just being relentless. Regardless of what happens, we know teams will make a run on us. Which they did tonight, got back in the ball. But at the same time, we kept our composure, ran our offense, got to the free throw line, we were able to make big plays.
Joe, you're going to give yourself the fact that Aaron out, you guys all kind of coming down.
Well, when you got one of your key guys out, man, I think it motivates guys to really step up and play a little harder. Guys who really haven't been playing as much, tend to come in and play big minutes and be successful. So that's pretty much what it's been. CJ's been playing great, Tyshawn's been playing great, and those guys are really picking up the slack.
A win like this, how good is it going into the break to have that feeling?
Oh, it's great. You can enjoy your break a little better, with a win like this. So we'll relax, heal some of the wounds that some of the guys got, and get back to work on Monday.
How are you feeling about the team going into the break?
I feel good. I feel like we're in a good place right now. Get there some time to rest and heal up. Like I said, we'll come back, get back to the drawing board and try to continue what we started this past weekend.
Joe, PJ was saying before the game that it's just kind of hard to tell who this team is. The kind of the weird first half season you guys have had, and even this week, getting going out at home in San Antonio, but they come back to strong wins. I mean, you guys seem to still be kind of searching, kind of very up and down. Do you feel the same about the identity, that it's still kind of in flux maybe?
Yeah, I think we're capable of being one of the top teams, man. We already understand that. We've shown it. We just got to get some consistency, especially toward going down the latter stretch of the season. We want to position ourselves to make a big push. So, I'm sure guys are coming back focused, and we'll be a different team.
Joe, this was your first 20-point game since late January. How big was it for you, even the 9 assists, to get this big one going into the break?
It was big because I knew this team could really score the basketball, and they had guys who were really exposed. So, we knew I had something to do with CJ because he had to play good, and I wanted to come out and kind of set the tone as well. So, and Brook was, great for us. So, man, we really just tried to be aggressive from the start and try to get the game.
Past 2 wins for you guys.
I think it was just the way the team was playing together. Especially the third quarter, the ball was really moving. Everyone was getting shots, and we were playing with a lot of confidence.
Do you think Humphries needed a night like that to get going on offense?
I mean, he was great. He came in and played with energy. And I think he took advantage of his time.
Do you feel like the way CJ played tonight, if you ever lost Darren in the future, that you feel even more comfortable just slotting CJ in there now?
I'm definitely confident in my teammates. No question. Both our point guards played very well the past 2 games.
2 straight wins. How important is that going into the break?
It's good. It's a huge confidence builder. It's a lot of momentum for us. And we want to take our time to rest during this break. And come back refreshed and ready to play Tuesday.
How much are you looking forward to this weekend?
We're very excited. It's a huge honor, and I really just can't wait to get out there.
Were you nervous addressing the crowd today?
No, it wasn't too bad. I've done it a few times before.
We don't think you guys as an up and down team and your last pace in the league. To win a game with their style, you guys think you could win this game?
Yeah, we really did our best to keep it at our pace. We tried to play the half court as much as possible, and I think we D'd up really well. We guarded them in transition for the most part. They got a few lobs and stuff like that, but that's going to happen with basketball. And I think we really manned up, took our assignments, and limited them to 1 shot. I think we just continue to do what we did in these 2 games. I think these 2 games are a great microcosm of what we should expect in the second half of the season.
So, obviously you guys don't want to lose Darren for any a time.
Yeah.
Is there anything to the fact that you guys have all kind of picked your game up while he's been out, kind of rising tide?
I think we've played a great team ball, and like I said, we have confidence in each other, we're just playing together. I think that's the most important part.
You said you were excited about All-Star Weekend. Is that why you got the haircut?
I think I had to clean it up a little, I think Andre Miller or someone like that nicked me, so of course he negates the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think our team's doing great right now. We closed out the right way, and our guys get a well-deserved rest, and I think we're going to come back Monday with a great practice and then be ready for Tuesday.
What keyed the offense tonight? Things just flowing well with the outside shooting.
I think our defense, we defended them in transition really well. We defended them in the half court, and then we played in our pace offensively.
Last 2 nights you beat good teams too.
It's good. We definitely needed these 2 wins, especially like you said, going into the All-Star break.
Coach, you played the half-court battle-it-out style with Indiana back on Monday. Tonight, you adapt to Denver's style of play, and you score season-high in points. How impressive is this win for you?
Very. I'm really, really proud. Again, when we left here Sunday night, we weren't feeling too good, and coming off, a pretty poor half where, the Spurs just dominated us. But first of all, to get in Indiana late, blah, 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 and all that stuff, and get the win there, and then to back it up here. Obviously, we took advantage of a couple guys out and then playing back-to-back in 4 and 5. But like they put themselves. But I thought we played well the entire game. But third quarter we played great defense, did the things we needed to do, and opened it up. And we got a little tired and we didn't do. They were going to start. We lost track of some of the 3-point shooters, which was the one way they were going to get back in, and that was on us. But again, to our credit, it came down. I don't know how low it got pretty low, and they hung in. Anytime you beat Denver, anytime you beat George, it's a hell of a win, and so I'm very, very pleased. These two. It's a great way to go into the break, but more importantly, it's a great way to bounce back from that San Antonio game and get to be two pretty good teams. These guys both have more than 30 wins. I know what Indiana's got. These guys got 33. So I'm very, very pleased. CJ was unbelievable. Not a flip, but just played so well, hit so many big shots. Joe was unconscious, and a lot of guys played well for us. The thing we did that was really impressive was we battled them on the board. We actually are +8 on the boards. So we did a lot of things well. I'm just really proud of the way we played.
Not that you ever want to not have your star player, but is there something to say for the fact that with Darren out for a couple games, everybody as a group kind of raises their game to make up for his absence and play well against a couple good teams?
Yeah, no question. To do that is great for us. It's a great message for our guys, and obviously, particularly, I thought they both played well both nights. Talking about CJ and Tyshawn, but really, one of them was unbelievable. Tyshawn was borderline unbelievable in Indiana, and CJ did the same thing tonight, which is great. So going forward, that's going to help us even more. But to see people step up and to see us. Understand. We got three guys at 20-something, and again we pushed it. We did. We made some mistakes. Tyshawn played a little more like a rookie tonight, but he still did some good things. So I'm very pleased with that.
I haven't really seen much from CJ since, I don't know when it was the last time he had a game like this, maybe preseason, but did you think he had a game like this in him? Is this just a matter of, you get the minutes and you get confidence?
I must be nuts. I know he hasn't, early on it was, every other or whatever. I don't think it's been that many strung together. I thought he had a couple good ones here in between. His minutes have gone down, which has hurt him, but he was looking for a shot and shooting aggressively tonight, which was great. He also did a really good job, executing the pick and rolls, getting Joe the ball on the pick and rolls, and finding him and delivering it. I'm saying that without looking at him in turnover. He had one turnover. He did a really good job, and now feel really good because the two of them played well both games. But each of them had one really good game. So it's will help both of them going forward.
PJ, did you think that Humphries was doing anything differently tonight, or was it just that the shots were falling for him?
Well, I think he was aggressive. I think he played more like Hump. He played more aggressive. We got a lot out of that position. He and Reg were, 20 and 11, and battled for Reed. Reggie's got 7 boards and Hump's got 4, and they got 20 points between them. So they played very, very well. I thought Hump played more like Hump. He played aggressive. He played more confident. Sorry, Rob.
You talked this morning about it, psyche-wise for you guys, to go into the break with a win like this, as you talked about after the San Antonio game, 2 straight wins. What does it do for you guys mentally right now?
I think yes, it's good to be thinking about that for 4 days going into the break as opposed to coming off a loss. But I think what you said, more importantly, to respond to San Antonio. We knew that stretch. We had that 9-game stretch going back, and we won 2 of the first 3. I think we might have only gotten 1 in the middle 3. I forget who they were. But then we're looking at San Antonio, at Indiana, Denver at home. It's looking like, whoa, we got the hardest 3 to finish and to bounce back after. The other way of looking at it is we played a very good first half against San Antonio. We've played our last 6 halves. 5 of them were really good. The one we threw in was horrendous. But I just think to respond from San Antonio, and frankly the way, we talked about, we've been a little in and out through this stretch. The stretch was a very, very tough stretch. And, to get a couple wins against I don't know if they lead their division. I don't even know what the name of the divisions are in the West anymore. But you know, good teams, very good teams. So that's great.
Last question.
PJ, you guys are 31-22 heading into the All-Star break. Looking ahead, what would you like to see improve from the team after the break?
Consistency offensively, first of all, and then consistency from game to game to play with the confidence and enthusiasm we've played the last 2 games. We got away from hanging our head and feeling badly for ourselves, or getting distracted by officials, or missing shots, and get a little, a couple of tiny things tonight. But for the most part, we just, whatever happened, we dealt with it. We kept playing, and even at the end when they made a run, I think we had 2 timeouts. They were fine in the huddle. They weren't, like, guys weren't sitting there looking at the floor waiting for something bad to happen. They felt good. Okay, we can deal with it. We'll go out and we'll deal with it, and they did. So I think that was really significant, the way we've handled the psyche of the last 2 games. More so to Rod's question than going forward, but during the game, I liked the 48 minutes that we played with a lot of positive energy in Indiana and tonight. We didn't have that hang your head, feel sorry for yourself thing that we've been dealing with.
Okay, thank you. 7 p.m.